And again, I cannot get rid of this thing. I do have Do Not Disturb on. Can't even share the stream. Should be going on YouTube. I can check on my phone to see. So obviously the COVID craze and quarantines are everywhere now. So I figured I'd do a little bit of a stream on XPlane Mobile, which I've kind of been playing around with a little bit here. It has some strengths and weaknesses as compared to Infinite Flight. And we're going to take a look at those and kind of do a little quick deep dive into that. Let's see. Just going to share this. Give me a second here. There we go. So it is on the YouTube channel, so I can go and grab this. So I've covered Aerofly, obviously. So I'm going to go into free flight here. I'm just going to grab the 737 because it seems to be the most stable of the airliners that are available. I'm going to do a start without engines running, and I'm just going to run really quickly. I am going to run a quick sim brief plan for a 737. Okay, just to see here, dispatch system. Bear with me as I run this. XPlane Mobile. They're talking about a dog in the house. So let's see. Let's just say, we'll say Southwest Airlines. We'll see what the flight number should be here. HNL OGG. Let's see what we can get for all flights are curtailed, obviously. Southwest WN459. All right. PHNL to PHOG. All right. I'll pop up a regular old 737 here for the comparison. 737-800. All right. Cruise profile is going to be 0.78 or 0.80 actually. And then I've got no idea what the fuel factor is. And then let's just see what this spits at me. And I'm going to set the altitude for 15,000. Actually, I shouldn't do that. This is too high. Let's go 13,000. Just above 10. Enough above 10. Okay. See what it spits out at me here for fuel and whatnot. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Supposedly, you can download an XPlane route, and I just don't know how to import those yet into the simulator. But let's start with the weights, and then we'll get into the flight. So here's your XPlane. You just go into free flight. There is multiplayer, but you have to be signed into iOS Game Center. So zero fuel weight is going to be 131,914. And of course, I swiveled away from that. Okay, 131,914. 131,914. Or as close to that as I can get it. 332. Good enough. Oop. So already here it's a little different. 131,914, 886. Good. Okay. And then for fuel, it's looking for 10,973. So we'll just call it 11,000 pounds of fuel. And I'm reading this off of my sim brief. 10,973. Close. Oop. Slider's a little tricky here. 10,973. I don't know how much we'll have here. Oh, wow, this is a pain in the butt. 100 pounds under. I don't know if the FAA would like that. But these sliders can be real tricky. 10, 9, 17, so 7.3. So we'll go 50 pounds, 60 pounds over. And I don't know where to set the center of gravity. Doesn't really. Let's set it at 1.5. Set it at 1 foot. That just affects the trim. Or we'll just zero it out. I haven't really played with this just yet to see what the story is. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my PDF real quick here. So the roots, so it estimates the burn will be 3,000, 11,000, 110, 13. So give me my V speeds. So it's looking for 37, 39, 45 on a flap 1. But as you'll see in a minute, I've got no place to put that. And you'll notice here I turned off start with engines running because we're going to have to do a power back. So for this part here, I could do start new route, and then I tap on, it's kind of like ForeFlight a little bit. Edit start type. So I'm just going to go head over to one of the gates over here. Ramp. And then I can tap on this. So we'll just go right here. Actually, in reality, Southwest is all the way over here. In reality. But we'll just, for the sake of this, we're just going to do this. So I could do a route here, and it would spit it out into my FMC. And see how it says pack flight? That's how you can do it without a weather connection. So I have the top cloud type, so you can do basic or advanced weather. Clouds, precipitation, winds. This is advanced weather. So what I'm going to do is, instead of doing this, I'm going to program it into the FMC, which does have some limits. I think if I put, and then I can just edit it. So I can do HNL ramp 33, and then I can just do add to route, and then what do we, V2 to Palais, and V2 to Lanai, and then it should be the Camps 3, but I cannot search that, Camps 3. So I can't search the SID or the star, right? Camps, phog, add to route. Okay, so now this is going to be kind of in my FMC. You can set a bunch of failures here. There are some challenges in this game that are kind of fun. And let's make it a nice sunrise flight, shall we? So let's say we're going to come off of start programming at like 5:45 and have a nice sunrise flight. I'm going to set the top cloud height at bottom cloud height at 5,000, 5,500 or so. No thickness, because as soon as you make it thick, it becomes overcast. And then we'll just keep the wind calm. It doesn't have real world weather, and you don't want to turn on the turbulence because that just makes it nuts. So once this part's packed, I don't have to pack it because I have an internet connection, but I'm going to pack it. So you'll see here. It's going to download this so the flight can be flown offline. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, not even going to bother. So let's get into the gate here. And it may download some stuff. My Navigraph subscription, as you can see on the bottom, my Navigraph subscription is, am I still recording? My Navigraph subscription is attached to this. So that is a good thing. And here we are in the cockpit, and we'll have to do a full start. And I'm an idiot because now I have to figure out where the battery switch is to get the power on. There it is. Ground power. Okay. So here we are in the cockpit of the 737-800 Southwest. So I'm going to go ahead down here, and it should be in here, the route. And if I go to legs, right, so I can actually go to route, put PHNL, origin, PHOG, and 459, execute. Now I can go to departure array. We're going to do the runway 8 right, Palais 2, lanai, execute. And now it should have, right? So now we're going to do arrival, PHOG, CAMS 3, lanai, and we'll do the ILS-02 and the Keiki transition, because there won't be a hold. There's a procedure hold if you don't do that. Execute. Okay, climb. So there's no takeoff mode in this for holding your reference speed. So I'm going to put in 13,000. Unable third. Yeah, of course it's not. So 413 feet in the air is when you turn out of Honolulu to heading 140, which I'm going to dial up here. Okay. Climb cruise. So I could put in to hold. What I can do is put in 45 plus 15, 50, 60, 160 to 1500. And I'm double tapping here. But I'll probably have to delete this. It's probably going to speed up to, and then I activated the climb there. So that's probably what happens. When I put in that extra, it may not now. It may not. So 160. 160. So it may not now. Arm the auto throttle, arm the flight director. I'm not going to arm LNAV because LNAV thinks we're going to vectors 640 miles away. And there's a route discontinuity here, so we're going to just put lanai to clear up that discontinuity. Execute. So vectors, and then I can actually pretty much go direct Palais, so I can delete the vector out. Yeah, no, it won't let me do that yet, so I'd have to hit direct Palais. Bring it up, execute. So now this should kind of work, but we're still going to go heading 140. Now let's get up top here, and let's get the APU running. I need fuel pumps. 9529 up 2 and hold short at runway 1 for me. Fuel pumps are running. APU is coming. How do I turn the brightness off here? Yaw damper. So if you press on the panel here, you can see logo, position. Turn the wing lights on. Actually, the wing lights can stay off. Wheel well can go on because it's dark out. Come on now. There we go. So now if we pop outside, you'll see it's lit up like a Christmas tree here. We're on the gate. If I brighten this up a little bit, I'll be able to see it myself. So the logo lights are on, APU's running. The views are limited too. And if I zoom out on this, you can see Maui all the way out there at 160 miles, or whatever it is. Okay, now what have I forgotten? We gotta come off a standard. 2992, so it shows us, so it actually, radio altimeter shows us at 429 or 88 seems to be the pressure right now. 2989, 9192, so it's showing us at 20 feet, which is, that's correct. I think Honolulu is like 30 feet or something like that. You can hide the yoke by doing that, so it's not in the way. APU is on now, I believe. APU gen, ground power off. What do I need here? Standby power, circuit breakers. Standby power to auto. I have no idea what I just hit there.
Straight ahead on Bravo and ground point on it.
Ground power is available. Okay. Oil, fuel. So the fuel pumps have low pressure on the center, because I don't think we have any fuel in the center. Yep. 11.0 on the fuel. Excuse me, I got a bit of my spring allergies are starting to come. Alright, so we're cruising at 13,000. 13,000. Now, if I hit VNAV now, watch what happens. See that? And I come right back on that. And it's telling me my takeoff config's incorrect. And then I gotta climb right up to 13,000. There we go. Okay. So, with that being said, what am I forgetting? Auto brakes to RTO. Not that they don't seem to actually work that well. APU gen 1, gen 2. What am I missing? Fuel pump 1, fuel pump 2. Engine valves closed. Alright, let's get up here. APU bleed. And then we got duct pressure. Isolation valve is not simulated. Trip reset. So we turn the packs off, and I believe at this point we are ready for engine start. So bus transfer is automatic, so we want Gen 1, Gen 2, ready to go. Alright, we're going to go. Today's a Monday, so the ignition's going to be both no matter what. Can't switch that one. And, okay, let's go ahead and turn 1. Okay, we're going to wait for... And 2's coming up. You just heard the generator switch. EGT, and we got fuel flow. Okay. Starter's cut out. Engine 2. I'll wait for 25% in 1. Fuel's coming in. Okay. Generator's coming. You got fuel flow. You got oil pressure. Alright. So we're good to go there. Engine valve closed. Bar valve closed. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Fuel pumps are on. Okay, APU gen's coming off the bus. APU can come off. And let's go anti-collision. Okay, hydraulics coming on. Pitot heat. Heats for the window. We don't need the anti-ice just yet. Okay, pack 1, pack 2, dual bleed. APU bleeds coming off. APU's off. Auto high. Okay, we got hydraulics. Engine valve close. I have to turn over. Yeah, I don't have to cross feed. Squeeze. Trying to think if I forgot anything. I don't believe I forgot anything right now. Standby hydraulics. Nothing up there. Yaw dampers on. Circuit breaker. What's the local time? 1600 UTC, which is -10, so 6 a.m. I believe we can go for push and start now. Now see how this says active VNAV climb? It may never. Yeah, see, it didn't register. So if I clear this out, I had this problem yesterday when I was messing around. If I delete this speed restriction and delete that one, and then go here, 13,000. Execute, and the route won't even let me do that. 2, 3, VNAV, cruise, descent. So this I might have screwed it up by trying to do that speed limit, because it may never actually hit cruise altitude. So what we got to do here is a power back, which kind of stinks. And I just want to check the takeoff trims. I got that. What am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything? I don't believe I'm forgetting anything. We're good to go. We can go LNAV as soon as we get in the air. Alright, so we have to do a power back. So, oh, I forgot my taxi lights. Taxi, and then let's go turn offs. Alright, so we're going to power back here. So we're reversing out of the gate. Kind of stinks, there's no pushback. But look at those lights. Now, what you would not see is the engine smoke coming from it because it's so. Unfortunately, there's no way to, let's put the parking brake back on, and we want to go flap 5 for takeoff. Flap 1, flap 2, flap 5. Okay, so we're going to come off the ramp, go this way. Now notice, down here on the flight director, there's no takeoff mode, even though we should be in takeoff, theoretically speaking. Hold on. What? What?
American 1262, heavy descend to maintain 2000, turn left heading 360.
Alright, anyways, we're ready to go. So unfortunately, I can tilt my iPad. I asked them to. Off the ramp we go. straight off of Romeo Bravo. Things are a little crazy with this coronavirus as of late. The engine sounds are pretty good. At least for this one. And the taxi sounds are good as well. Charlie.
American 1262, Roger.
Stay on Charlie. And the other thing is there's no momentary braking here. So it's either parking brake, like I can press the brake here, but you'll notice we're not slowing down. And then I release and the parking brake's on. And did I trip the auto brakes? No, I didn't. And I wish they'd adjust the view so it'd be more like this. Like this is the default view. You're looking down. If this bar at the top wasn't there, maybe a little different, but I prefer kind of this view right here. You're also going to see that none of this stuff. I mean, you can do that.
290, thank you very much for
Stay on the center
line.
line.
Appreciate it. Maintain that over 1000 until departing Delta airspace. Good day.
So, momentary braking would be good. And to recalibrate, you got to do settings, recalibrate, save. Always try to do that before takeoff and landing, obviously.
90 frequency change, disregard that. This is 081
way off center line.
Altitude your discretion below Bravo. Frequency change approved.
You know, it's good. It does have a HUD. That square is the flight path vector for those of you on infinite flight. And there we go. Just trying to get my center line. I really hate how it's got the tilt. So that fire warning, that's your center line. And I could really use to slow down right now.
Okay, turn right 070, and we're showing, we're slowing through 250. What do you need? Center third line 31 right, TDB 140.
Alpha. Oh, Romeo Bravo. Oops.
9529 up 2 and hold short of runway 1.
Way off the taxiway here. And you can't see. You get the parking brake on. Okay, Romeo Bravo. I think I should be slightly more to the left of the windsock and everything. Okay. So.
Turn left at Victor, straight ahead on Bravo and ground point 9.
I'm in the grass because I couldn't see. Romeo Bravo 26 left. Now you notice the landing lights don't really illuminate the ground.
Let's do it, intercept the low class, American 162. United A Heavy.
There we go. flyby view. It wasn't too bad.
Delta 1760.
Got my strobes.
Left heading 130. 130 to 1760.
That's the caution. I don't know. No idea what just happened. So you can see Palais out there and the whole route on the nav display, but you also see.
Turn left at Victor, straight ahead on Bravo and ground point 9.
Also see that it's really hard to read, like even when you zoom in.
Figure 125, turn left at Victor, straight ahead on Bravo and ground point 9. Point 9 will do it, Delta 78.
The ATC is all from Kennedy as well. How does it feel like the plane's tilting? Do we lose a gear? Like that can happen in XPlane. We're level. So you can arm the spoilers, but they will not deploy. Should get that light. I really hate the tilt. The tilt gives you some smooth taxiing, but it's terrible for like big turns. Speed brake armed. Yeah, they don't like the speed brake armed for takeoff, I guess. I guess they do it manual.
Delta 1984, heavy turn right heading 170.
Right. So we're cleared as we get to the end here. Okay, so we're going heading 140. Get the strobes, brake a little bit, so we're not doing 20 knots over the threshold. Okay, so now we got strobes. Really hate this. I mean, see, it gives you kind of smooth taxiing. Could hit the landing lights, yep. It does kind of illuminate a little bit, but nothing that you can see from the flight deck. So momentary braking would be outstanding. Let's get on that center line. Alright, let's hit the parking brakes one last time. Again, this is why I like this part. So there's no takeoff here, so I'm going to spool up to like 50. Alright, I can't hit N1 for takeoff mode. There is no takeoff mode. So I'm just going to guess. What is it? We get 5 degrees of flaps. Does it not want that? Takeoff config. What is it going to warn me about on the takeoff config? Trim? What am I missing here? Google is your friend, folks.
Runway 31 left, you are cleared to land.
Let's see. Takeoff flaps not set, spoilers expanded, trim not in green range, parking brake on. Trailing edge flaps, uncommanded motion, leading edge devices, speed brake levers not in the down position. Yep, speed brake level wasn't down all the way. So let's try that again. 50%. Stabilize, we're gonna go to like 90%. That should do it. We're pretty light, I think. 90 and a half. Thrust set. 80 knots, cross checks. 100. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gears coming. Going right up to 15. We're swinging to heading 140.
I have to back about 5 miles out west.
Okay, 1500. Let's get that speed coming up. Thrust reduction. VNAV. And we're gonna go. Okay, 180. Flaps 2. Wrong one. Flaps 2. Just looking for that acceleration. Flaps 1. Bring this out. To 30 knots, flaps up. And then let's go autopilot to command. Give it a heading of 130 for now. Take a quick peek outside. Flyby. There goes Diamond Head. You can't move around in these views, you can zoom. Okay, and then I'm going to just go. I'm going to swing here, the heading around. And I'm going to go to legs. Actually, I'm going to go direct intersection. Play. Get down here, fix that. Execute. And LNAV. So LNAV's now engaged. Right, so we're up and away now. Autopilot's handling things. As you can see, it's a beautiful morning in Hawaii. Coming through that cloud layer at 5,500. Thin clouds. And as you can see, the left side at arms, which is supposed to be the thrust setting. So it should theoretically be in climb thrust right now, but it doesn't seem to want to do that. If I hit MCP speed, it would do it, but it's on VNAV speed. So it should be thrust ref, LNAV, VNAV speed. So that left column should say thrust ref, but there's no performance factor in here that we can do that with. And as we're on autopilot, I'm just going to take a look. My dad needed a doctor's appointment today. Take a look at this iPad app for him. Did you get him on the horn? Ah, so you're waiting on the doctor. Is this milk all set to put away? Okay. Coronavirus, folks. It's crazy. So, coming through 9,000. 9,200. Hit the microphone. So theoretically speaking, you can go in while it's off. Now what's the boy? Oh boy. I don't know why it keeps doing master logging. Did I turn the packs on? The packs! That's what it's gotta be. It's gotta be the packs. Alright. Sticking milk. Extra milk. We just got a 14-day stay-at-home order. Yep, there it is. Well, the packs are both on. That's the issue, folks. What's going on? What's on this overhead? Climb, pressure. Okay, power. And climb. Oh, that's why. Climb speed was 250.74. So, pop outside here for a minute as we reach cruising altitude. I always forget that this is the outside. Now it's got FMC speed. So now it should be active VNAV cruise. And I can go 290 and select that. Hey, they figured out the doctor's appointment thing. That's good. Alright. Well, speeding up to 290 and cruising along to Maui. So we've got FMC speed, LNAV, and VNAV L. So it's holding the altitude, obviously. I do like the air traffic control, the fact that the air traffic control is on here, but not a huge fan of the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? The fact that it's just Kennedy. So let's go to Navrad, and let's go Valley Isle 327. I never did change, let's say squawk 2415. So we need, pull up the chart for Kahului. For that I need my phone, which is upstairs. I think it's upstairs, is it? Yes, it is. Excuse me. So top of descent should be that green, should be this green thing here. I think it's 115.1. Or no, 115.1's Maui. Let's see. We've got Shots Club. P-Hog. Approach. Slope. 327, 115.1, and 110.1. So let's see if I can do it. IOGG. Pre-select. No. I don't know that. No. So we want 110.1. Course of 023. What happened? 023. Oh, that's why. Let's go nav 2. 15 and 1. won't that do that? Where is it? So maybe we gotta come back down here. Did I pass the green dot already? Nope, just about to the green dot. Bring the range down 5 miles from top of descent. So we'll believe we gotta hit camps at 5,000. So let's see what happens here. Theoretically speaking, that green dot should be our top of descent. There's Lanai. You can see the beacon on Lanai. Now 5,000 set. Descent. Yep. So it's slowing at 240. So it automatically picked up. So let's do 0.74/280. 0.74/280. Not that it's going to matter because it's already active. And why is it not? So let's get the spoilers out. Let's see what it does now. So level change. Let's see, the speed's not there. And it's set for 3,000 now. So legs. Where is Tebs? Tebs is 2,400. Okay. So I want to do legs. Next page. I want to do, let's do Lanai Keiki. So let's do 220 here. That'd be this one. And let's do 210. Do 190 on the intercept. Let's say 3,000 flat. Slash 3,000. 2,400 at Tebs is no problem. And we'll do 170 to Tebs. Whoa, boys! See what happens when you don't pay attention, folks. Holy shit. Good thing this isn't live. Hold those for the last minute. Wow! I guess we're going to make that restriction. Wow! Holy cow. That was interesting. I don't get it. Where'd I Keiki, 3572. Oh, that's why, I guess. So anytime you update in the legs, it automatically kicks the VNAV out. So what I should have done was gone vertical speed there and made sure that wasn't the situation. So we're coming down 6,000. As you can see, there's some light clouds here. Nothing crazy. Spoilers are in. Try to arm the auto brakes here. They don't seem to work. And see, the weird thing is it's not in vertical speed, but it actually uses vertical speed calculation. So the VNAV uses vertical speed, similar to what in-flight assistant will do. Why hasn't that real? Let's see. 024. So that's good. It doesn't have code. So, 8 miles from Keiki. Why are we? Speed brakes are in. The low glide slope, so obviously we're picking up the glide slope. Why is the speed? That is strange. So see, this is one of the strange things that this does. The low glide slope and heading. So we're transitioning to the approach now. So theoretically I can arm the approach. Arm the VOR low. So it's coming off of LNAV, so I need LNAV back now. LNAV and VNAV. It's not on the approach till we're there. Glide slope still showing armed on the FMA. Sorry. Spring allergies. So now, yeah, get all the lights on. Good there. Let's get the minimum set. For Maui, 254. And the weird thing is, I don't see the glide slope here, so we're still descending, so now we gotta go 190. Let's put 400 on there for Tebs. Okay, flaps 1. Coming under 200, we'll go flaps 5. Flaps are transiting to 5. We'll get auto brake 2 set. So this is the course intercept. I don't know why it's not picking up the glide slope. Why is it saying 053? It's insane. Now, I can arm the ground spoilers here, and you see that they're armed, but they will not go on touchdown here. 114, so we're not at Tebs yet, so let's go 170 to Tebs. And on the approach now. Go flaps 10. That's Tebs in front of us. So this is where things go a little hanky. Alt hold. Glide slopes armed. So I don't know why it's... Like, you almost have to set it up in the map. Right? So I can tune nav 1. And it's still not gonna do anything. I mean, I'm still on LNAV. I have approach on. I got VOR loc armed. There we go. Approach. Alright, so now we're set up for the approach. So 2400 at Tebs. There's the runway in front of us. 170. Now I'm controlling the speed manually, and an Airbus it'll automatically do it. This is where it gets a little weird. This thing's going to start sliding left and right. It doesn't hold the VORs very well. Okay, so we're one dot above the glide, one dot below the glide slope now. So we're going to go gear down, flaps 15, glide slope, coming down now, and we're going to set the ref. And our weight for landing is supposed to be 139, so 140.
Okay, turn right 070, and we're showing,
We're
slowing through 250 on your knee.
63 tons. Flaps forward, so 141 for flaps 30, 139 plus 5 is 144. And let's get flaps 40 out. Actually do like 147. A couple of knots extra. Now all I need to do to get rid of the autopilot here once it's time. And you can see we're bang on. We're at it just slightly under 2 degrees, 2.5 degrees nose up. So it should be configured. Landing clearance now, as V1 simulations would say. Turn offs, cleared to land, taxi lights on. Spoilers are on, but you're going to see they're not going to deploy on their own.
1,000.
Stable. The angle of attack is 4.4. Engines are spooled up where they should be. Disconnect at minimums. Looks like we're going a little low here. See, this is why I don't like this view. Like if literally all they have to do is tweak it up like that, just a touch. So you're looking out the cockpit instead of down.
500.
Stable. Also stable.
Minimums. 200. I have to affect it about 5 miles out away. 100.
Going high. That's what I don't like.
50.
Oh.
40.
Oh.
30. 20. 10.
Oh, they did go up. No auto brakes though. Spoilers did go up. Ooh, this is Maui. I need the brakes. See, there's a lot going on. Stop. All right, let's take a quick replay of that. That's a terrible landing. I've had better. So that's right about where I took over. I pulled up. Somehow I got, like, how did that happen? So I'm dead on here. There's no wind. And I got myself to the right. I kicked rudder a little bit here, trying to get the nose over. I can't believe the spoilers went up. That's never happened for me before. Let's see, over the bricks, terrible, terrible. Decent recovery. Just want to see that touchdown again. Oh, they bounced. She bounced. So the auto brakes were the only thing that didn't kick on. So that, my friends, is a flight in XPlane for mobile. It's not the most perfect thing in the world, but it's an interesting update. If I had to say something, I guess I would say that the best thing possible for us to do would be to combine all three. Like Aerofly, you've seen me fly that on this channel. The best thing possible to do would be to combine all three. Take the real world weather from Aerofly, take some of the scenery from Aerofly and some of the scenery from XPlane, import that over to Infinite Flight, take some of the systems stuff from Aerofly and the system stuff we have here in XPlane and the lighting here in XPlane, and you know, the best thing for everybody would be to just merge all three development teams into one. I mean, that's my personal opinion about mobile simulating. Also, I can attest that there are no skyscrapers in Kahului here. So this, like the airports here, there's nothing but flat land. But it does have the Blue Hawaiian ramp. This does have helicopters. I did attempt to fly a helicopter in this. It was kind of gnarly. Leave a comment if you want. I'll do another stream. But that is basically XPlane for mobile. Very interesting. I like how that you can program the FMC similar to Aerofly. Gives you a pretty decent VNav, but there's a few tweaks. You know, there should be a takeoff in an N1 mode. There should be, you know, pitch commands for takeoff. Matter of fact, I'll quit this flight real quick, and I'm just going to set up somewhere like and grab a new airplane. And I just want to show. So the MD-80 is pretty good. Let's just grab the 747 real quick. This probably will start with the engine running. You have to select that for each plane. But the FMC is like non-existent. So like it has the route in here. Oh, did they update this? Yeah, you can't. See, you can't. Well, that's an issue. That's an issue. I'm starting at 13,000 feet and I got no engines. Can I trim this out and save this? 280. Okay, where the heck am I for starters? So, no engines. That's good. Let's see if we can start the engines very quickly. Starters. Where's the starters? Fuel's on.
Heading 178 down to 1603040.
Okay, we have engines now. Anyways, cruise. So it's telling me Pele's over here. But see, it doesn't have a flight director though. So it's got nothing to follow. See, it says flight director, but there's no command bars. Flight level change at 214. See, it's not giving me the power for that either. So you can see that it's some planes have it, some planes don't. Um, you can shoot things. Trying to think. But the Airbus is kind of ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie here. Watch this Airbus cockpit. It does have some auto trim functions that are kind of interesting. It will trim out, but the flight deck's like just crazy, and there's like, you know, the so this is the Airbus cockpit. It's kind of cheesy. Uh, there's no real autopilot. You got to use the kind of ghetto autopilot over here. So you can't do anything. You can see this is the only things you can touch in here is the flaps, the speed brakes, the parking brake. But if you were in the air, if I just slide this out, and if I slide this out and set us up on an ILS approach, it does have a flight director. And drop the gear. Watch the trim here. Watch that yellow over here on the right.
1068. Good afternoon.
And obviously the night lighting's amazing. But if I just pull up, it's going to automatically trim for me. See that 43, 44, 45? I need some thrust though. I need about 140. But where I put the plane, where I put the plane, it's trimming to. Right? If I put the plane over here, it'll trim there and keep that. You know, it's the 777's not much better, to be honest. I don't know if this is going to start me at 13,000 feet and dump me into a nosedive. And again, you can break things. Okay, so it didn't. So you can turn on the flight director here, but on the 777 here, you can't. If I press the button, so you can't use the FMC. And again, the flight director's kind of non-existent. But the engine sounds. Check these engine sounds. Sounds like the Pratts. So that's pretty cool. CRJ, you can start cold and dark, and then it's got any number of kind of general aviation planes that are pretty cool. That's not bad. So it does have global scenery. I just prefer flying in Hawaii. I haven't really tried much else. Like I have not tried Boston to see what that looks like. Start new route. Let's go edit start type. Let's just say we'll take off 22 right. Save plane. Obviously, we need the. I'll just do the MD-80 for takeoff here and see what develops. And as you can see, it's downloading the Boston scenery right now. And you can clear the cache or cache afterwards. All right, so let's see. You can already tell the control tower is not the right kind of control tower. Is this cold and dark? It is. Look at those. You know, the exterior models are pretty great. There's a half the buildings over there. Anything familiar? Starting the MD-80 is kind of a project. Kind of a big project, actually. At any rate, you get the idea. Let me see if I modify the flight. There we go. Let's do a quick restart, and I'll just do a casual server style takeoff. I think we're still streaming. Yep. indeed. Okay.
319 switch.
Alright, so give me flaps 15. Where does that think we're going? Present position. The auto land on this thing is nuts. Master caution for what? Stall heat. Okay, get up here. Where is it? Where is it? The heat's like down here somewhere. Look where they even put the lights. Like, see, I can't even flip that switch right there. Let's see if that. Sometimes the tail will lock itself. If you get the yaw damper on, the tail will lock itself to the left. It did not do that here, but I've had that happen. What am I looking for? Sure, why not? Let's just go 210. Now, if you turn the auto throttle on, it'll automatically just go to full power instead of the takeoff computers over here. Should be able to do that. Turn on pitot and stall heat off. Okay, where is that stuff? There we go. Should have known better. Alright, flaps 15, trims at 60. Does that show? I'm busy right now. Trims at 60, so that shows way too high for takeoff.
90 frequency change, disregard that, 081.4,
right there. I think that's correct. Let's find out. It's full power. Ease it back off a little bit, like a 1.55 EPR. Can't set your speed box here. I hate that rudder.
Delta 1990 heavy, correction on the frequency. It's 123.9 now. 1.39, that's what I thought. Delta 1970.
Okay, 40. Should go to 150 just to be careful. Rotation. Positive rate. Gear up. There's the inner marker. So it's missing some scenery. It's got too much. Well, actually, that's kind of current. And the control tower is incorrect, but other than that. Okay, XO. Let's turn for TJ. 180. So, not half bad. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and we'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe out there with this coronavirus, and, just keep yourselves and your families safe.